Ceasefire! There!
Hi everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at Danger Close, the Battle of Long Tan. This movie covers a very overlooked aspect of the Vietnam War, which is Australia and New Zealand's involvement. The movie is also an excellent tribute to those men who fought and died in Vietnam. The movie will focus on the Battle of Long Tan, which it does an excellent job of, but some background on Australia and New Zealand's involvement in the war is helpful. Australia and New Zealand's commitment started similarly to America's, first by sending non-combatants, Australia sending military advisors in 1962, and New Zealand sending a medical team in 1963. By the end of 1965, both nations would have troops on the ground, often in support of one another and/or attached to American forces. The Aussies and Kiwis had a stronger geopolitical interest in stopping the spread of communism in Southeast Asia compared to other American allies. The United States wanted Australia and New Zealand to help both politically and militarily. The two nations had considerable experience in jungle warfare, not just historically from World War II, but also the guerrilla war fought in Malaya between 1948 and 1960. In total, 3,890 New Zealand troops fought in Vietnam. 37 were killed, and 187 were injured. 61,000 Australian troops fought, with 521 killed and 3,000 wounded. Both nations pulled out of the conflict in 1972, with the war extremely unpopular at home, and the troops figuratively and literally spat at on their return from the conflict. The Kiwis and Aussies, however, earned a fierce reputation during the war, and Long Tan was proof of it. So much so, Delta Company of the 6th Battalion Royal Australian Regiment received a U.S. Presidential Unit citation. The Battle of Long Tan took place August 18, 1966, 2 months after the 1st Australian Task Force established a base in the heart of Phuoc Toi Province. It began with 108 men of D Company, supported by New Zealand artillerymen, making contact with an enemy force of over 2,000 North Vietnamese soldiers and local Viet Cong. D Company held off overwhelming Vietnamese attacks for hours with the help of artillery and 2 Royal Australian helicopters who resupplied the men, despite persistent monsoon rains during the battle. Eventually, armored personnel carriers were able to save the day. In the end, Australian losses were 18 dead and 24 wounded, and 245 Vietnamese lost their lives. The victory was achieved against the odds of 10 to 1. The movie wastes little time getting into the thick of the battle. There is some character development, but mostly short and sweet humor, mixed in with some minor conflict amongst the men. But all in all, it's very believable. It's a focused film and does well with the details, tactics, setting, weapons, and action. The gunfire is particularly believable, as is the men's reaction to artillery fire and being hit. The best part of these non-Hollywood movies is that they are completely free from any Hollywood tropes, for example, overacting a death scene. Overall, the visual and special effects are spot on, the combat is immersive. You might find yourself ducking down in your seat. The film also gets huge props for being one of the few highlighting just how effective and essential artillery can be in a firefight. The film isn't a Hollywood masterpiece with deep monologues and A-list celebrities, but what it is an authentic feeling experience that pays tribute to the real men and a real battle. For the best experience watching the movie, consider checking out the Battle of Long Tan documentary by producer Martin Walsh of Red Dune Films. It's available in full on YouTube, and I'll add a link in the video description. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thank you for watching. Do check out Danger Close, the Battle of Long Tan. Well worth watching and should be easily appreciated by military history enthusiasts or just those who like well-produced war movies. Do like, subscribe, comment, blah 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 if you want to support the channel, and have a nice rest of your day.